5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. I'm going to bring my comment thing up so I can see you guys on Periscope because I know you're out there. That's the way it is. Okay. Lots of fun this morning with my techie stuff that isn't working, which of course it isn't. And for those of you from the COVID-19, welcome. I noticed lately that my followers were declining. Now, I never do anything to the followers, so maybe that's why, But now that I'm doing live streaming regularly, LinkedIn is annoying people. And I wish I could turn it off, but I don't know how. To maybe only tell the contacts or only tell the people who want to be told or something. But LinkedIn has very, 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 very poor, group management for your contacts and followers. You can't control basically much of anything. And so, sorry that I can't stop those invites that come from LinkedIn. Just can't do it. Say hi if you're here. Say hello. Hit the like button if I say anything relevant or important. But before I do, let's get over to the fun stuff. And I noticed that I saw this ad the other day, and I really liked it. You ever leave anything on the roof of your car? My last cell phone bit the dust on the on-ramp. I made it all the way to the on-ramp. Made it all the way to the on-ramp before the phone hit the ditch. So I must be I love that one, the Jello. You take something out of your pocket and you rest it on the car roof. Whoops.
With Alstate, the safer you drive, the more you save.
Yeah, I thought that was a great commercial. I mean, it takes the ambiguous concept of safer driving, which I believe that they take the accelerometer either in your phone or there's a way to feed it or there's a way to monitor it from. What happened to my camera? I don't know. It just died on me. I see it there. I see myself dead. There I am. I'm on that one. Oh, I know what happened. For some reason, it switched cameras to some camera that doesn't exist. There it is. Maybe now it'll work. Did it work? It's not working. No idea. Let's squirch this up. Maybe it's there already and I don't know about it. I love these high-tech things. This is why, well, you don't have to see me today. And we'll go on. Let's go on because I got it over here and I don't have it up here and I don't know why, right? I think that it went to the wrong camera. But it's showing me that it's working, so no idea what's up. And it shows everything there. So anyway, okay, a really important breakthrough in consumer data rights is that data right intermediaries in Australia will now be able to collect consumer data on behalf of accredited third-party data recipients. When they first crafted this legislation, it was something like you had to own the servers, they had to be on your physical location. And I understand some of that thinking because you've got this TikTok issue where they're shipping facial images of kids to China for analysis. Who knows what? I don't know what they are. But, it doesn't look that great. And with the cloud, there's a big issue we had a big issue with one of our clients wanting to send us data, wanting to send data from the U.S. to Europe for because they're processing, they had this process where they would sign you up for sweepstakes. So they would sign you up for the sweepstakes. You pay them $20 a month. They'd sign you up for like 100 sweepstakes. Just, Dole Pineapple or Coca-Cola or whatever was running that month. They'd sign you up with an anonymous email that they would remember so that when you got notified that you'd won, they could notify the person and mail them a letter and tell them where to ship and all that. But we had a lot of trouble because we were trying to send it from the U.S. to Europe and then send it from Europe back to the U.S., send information and things. And so I understand that too. But what they're saying is that you can send data from, legitimate companies can do pieces of the work. So yesterday I was talking with a client about how we're doing address hygiene for them, and we're using a company that we're affiliating with, and it gives them some benefits, probably does a better job. And they said, is it like, does it follow CCPA? And CCPA is a little vague on this, but this Australia thing, I said, well, actually, to be compliant with CCPA, we're not sending the names. We're just sending the addresses and using the addresses for updating. And that's kind of our procedure anyway, because, you might have multiple people in the same house. So anyway, we do keep that stuff in mind. But I think this gives a nod to the complexities of the processing, and I think that's a good sign from Australia. So we'll keep track of that. Walmart's to remodel up to 1,000 stores, and the weird thing about that is that they say that they're going to use airport-inspired crowd management techniques. I don't know what that means. It means they're going to send you through metal detectors. I mean, I wouldn't put that in an article if I had. The public relations image is catastrophic. I'll tell you, and the article goes on to talk about how it's going to complement the mobile app. The only thing I really want in a big box, super box store is I want the ability to tell the app, this is what I'm looking for today, and have it route me through the store in an efficient manner. That's what I want. I've had hip surgery, and they gave me one of those handicap parking mirror tags, but it doesn't help me when I go to Walmart, and I feel too good to get on the little scooter and too bad to walk to the back of the store where they always put the automotive stuff. So that's what I want. It says down here that they're going to keep an ear to what the customers want. They're going to have a digitally enabled omni shopping experience. If that doesn't sound like a big pile of nothing, I don't know what. And creating a more engaging experience. Keep the greeters. That's the most engaging thing Walmart has. Here was an interesting article. Truckee, California. Have you heard of Truckee? Never have. It's right by Lake Tahoe. Okay? And the point they're making, I don't know if you ever read the book The Roaring 2000s by Harry S. Dent. And Harry made the argument that with the growth of the internet, small towns will have a renaissance. And Harry didn't envision the COVID-19 thing. But, where would you rather live, right? Where would you rather live? In New York City? Shut down? None of the culture that you are used to? None of the restaurants? None of the fun? And who knows when they'll end? In fact, they had traffic checkpoints to make sure you had your papers in order, which reminds me of those World War II movies where you always have to have your papers at every checkpoint. And it's scary stuff. But these small towns in fancy places are noticing more AirPod wearing city slickers, which I thought was an interesting visual. Truckee's housing market is up more than 23% since the start of the pandemic. So I may want to invest in my little town out here rather than investing in Milwaukee where I was looking. So that's something to think about. Okay, and this was an interesting article. There's a company in Hong Kong named Klook Live. A storytelling platform hopes it will transform the travel industry by building a community of like-minded individuals who want entertaining and educational travel and lifestyle content. That might be true, but live streaming is really boring in travel. I have a whole host of travel, basically sailors, and most of them have left their, sold their homes in the real world and bought some junker boat for $1 or for $5,000, which is like unsafe, probably full of mold and maybe falling apart. One of them that's now in Norway, one of my favorites, when they pulled their boat out of the water after they bought it, the keel kind of swung back and forth like it had been significantly damaged, like it was ready to fall off, which would be the end of your boat if your keel fell off. The keel would go right to the bottom and you'd probably tip right over. So it'd be a bad thing for a sailor. But when they do their travel thing, either they're making these long passages across lots of open water, boring, or they're walking through tourist towns that might even be closed, but usually walking or driving, but mostly walking because they don't have a car on their boat, and so what they do, rightly so, is edit a lot. So I don't see the value in the live stream, but I'll tell you why I put this on here and why I put it last is there's a lot of value. There's a lot of value in times like these where, our governor said we're suddenly in crisis, but we're 42nd. We've actually gone down in the list out of 50 states in COVID deaths per whatever. And I heard there were some very important people got tested positive. That doesn't mean they'll even get symptoms. We'll see. I hope this really shines a light on treatment and on, how most people are fine. And I'm not saying everybody's fine. I had a friend who had it seriously for several months, and it kind of knocked the stuffing out of him. But I've had 3 or 4 others that, all it was a positive test. Depends a little on how much you get. So we'll see more about the treatments shortly. But I do recommend, while you're worried about travel, to get on YouTube and watch some videos about places you wanted to go and haven't been there yet. Now, yesterday I talked with somebody who is going to Mexico, and I said you really should go to those pyramids because you don't get any concept of the scale of them from the pictures, and that's true. And so I think, bottom line, it's good to travel, even if you drive to the local apple orchard and pick some apples, which we do every fall. And my wife did, and I got one in my case because they are unbelievably good, right off the tree, super. So visit a farmer or visit something. There's more stuff in your area than you've ever imagined. So get out of the house, get into the car, and go for a drive. You can still do that in most states. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. The fall colors are amazing. And like and share. Your friends will know you're smart. Oh, I can't. I'm waving. See me waving. Here, we'll go back to the camp. See me waving. I'm waving. And who knows what happened there. That is the most insane thing. It shouldn't even be possible to do that, but we'll figure it out. But you can't always figure it out in time, and this is what live streaming is like. Have a great day. Bye-bye.